Hey, Kyle here. You formed an LLC to protect your business and keep more of what you earn, but a single tax mistake in 2025 can wipe out those benefits very quickly. In this video, you'll be learning exactly how to file your LLC taxes the right way, as well as how to avoid surprising penalties and keep the IRS off your back in the first place. And this video is perfect even if you've never filled out a tax return before, especially on your own. So first things first, here's what's coming. You'll first see how your LLC's tax status, sole proprietorship, partnership, S-corp, or even C-corp decides which IRS form you'll be filling out. Then we'll be going over the exact deadlines that you could be facing depending on if you're paying quarterly estimates or yearly estimates on your taxes. That way, late fees never hit your inbox. After we're done with that, I'll show you how to organize income and expense records in a single spreadsheet that plugs straight into something like TurboTax or any CPA software out there. We'll cover the most overlooked deductions like home office, equipment, and even health insurance premiums. That way you can keep more cash in your pocket at the end of each tax year. And finally, you'll get a quick checklist for sending in any state filings or franchise taxes that trip up new owners, ensuring that your entire tax season runs clean completely from start to finish. First things first, let's talk about how we can confirm how the IRS sees your LLC, because ultimately that single choice decides every form that you end up filing with the government. If you're the only owner and never made an election, the IRS treats you as a sole proprietor. So what that means is that your LLC's profits basically go straight on to Schedule C inside of your personal 1040 return. If you have two or more owners and no election, the IRS refers to you as a partnership. And what it's going to need from you is Form 1065 plus a K1 for each member that you have. If you filed Form 2553 for S-corp status, you must run reasonable payroll, issue yourself a W-2, and file Form 1120S along with payroll returns like Form 941. And if you elected C-corp status with Form 8832, the LLC files its own Form 1120, and any leftover cash you take comes out as dividends, which the IRS will tax again at the shareholder level. Checking last year's returns or calling your CPA now locks in the right category before you touch any numbers, which prevents the most common and costly filing error that can happen to new owners. Up next, make sure to lock in your 2025 deadlines right now, so that way you never have to worry about missing any of the fees, or even worse, paying late fees. If your LLC is a sole prop or a C-corp on a calendar year, your federal return will land on April 15th, 2026. But if you're a partnership or S corporation, your due date moves up to March 17th, 2026, because the usual March 15th date will fall on a weekend. Make sure to mark those inside of your iCalendar or your phone along with their extension cutoffs. October 15th, 2026 for sole proprietors and C-corp extensions, September 15th, 2026 for partnerships and S-corp extensions. That way you have a clear fallback. And of course, for quarterly estimates, make sure to schedule 4 FTPS or IRS direct pay transfers on April 15th, June 17th, September 16th, and January 15th, paying 25% of your projected tax each time to make sure you're dodging underpayment penalties. Also, make sure to set calendar alerts once a week before every day, link them to your business checking account, and treat those alerts like non-negotiable bills, because hitting each payment on time is the simplest way to stay penalty free all year long. Now, you just need to build a clean tracking system that your tax software or CPA can read in just a couple of seconds. I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can build your very own tax tracker here in just a matter of seconds with Google Sheets and ChatGPT. As you can see right here, we are on the Google Sheets tab. Now, inside of the Google Sheets tab, there's a couple things you want to do to make sure that this is well organized. The first of these is obviously giving it a title. You can call this just about anything. I like to make separate sheets for each tax year, so I'll just call this taxes for 2025 or something like that. You can make it different if you want, but that's just kind of the basic breakdown that I can do. You can make it as sophisticated as you can think of. Now, instead of starting to actually design this sheet step by step, hand by hand, what we can do is hop over to ChatGPT here and simply type in something like, I want to create a tax tracker. And for this example, we'll just say that we run a basic sole proprietorship or a basic LLC. So I'll just say I want to create a tax tracker for my LLC. It will be inside a Google Sheet. Please make it so I can copy and paste it into my Google Sheet. And again, you can make this prompt, different. You can make it more detailed, less detailed. Again, this is just a very basic version of what I'm trying to go for here. But what I'm doing right now is I'm using ChatGPT's O3 model to give me the most sophisticated output with enough reasoning, obviously, because this is one of their reasoning models. It's going to think about what I'm asking it to do. It's going to kind of plan things out a little bit. And then ideally what it should return to me is a highly sophisticated tax tracking template that I can just copy and paste inside of this Google Sheet right here very easily. Now, as you can see, it's still kind of thinking about that, going over everything. And as you can see here, this is the full ready to go copy and paste formula that I can do for any of these. And two, one of the other cool things is that it actually has different pages for each of these specific things. So I'll show you what I can do here. This is the first one, which is tab 1, which is going to be income. Basically, I'm going to copy this and then paste it into the A1 cell, which will be this cell right here. I'll hit the Command V button, which will then copy that inside of this. And then I'll just make sure to kind of actually get all this, kind of tightened up here so you can actually see everything. I'll center everything too, so it's a little bit more organized. And boom, as you can see, it gives me the date, the invoice reference, the client or source of the income, the category of that income, if there's sales tax collected on it, the payment method we use, as well as any notes that we might need for it as well. And next thing here we can go to is tab 2, which are going to be expenses. We simply just copy that, head back over to the Excel sheet, hit the little plus button down here, and then paste that into A1 again. Also too, you'll want to label these so that way you don't lose track of them. This one I'll label income, and this one, of course, I will label expenses. There we go. And then once that all looks good, you'll head back over here, copy and paste anything else that you need inside of here. There's even a summary tab that has formulas built in, which is actually super, super helpful, especially if you want kind of an overview of everything. And as you can see here, it dynamically references these other cells that it's referencing here with these actual formulas that it built, which are just insanely helpful. Really cool that it can do that in the first place, and so on and so forth. And that's pretty much what you have to do with that. That's how you can build something like this for yourself. You don't need QuickBooks or really any of these other softwares. There are CPAs out there that will build these things for you, but if you walk in with something like this already built, many accountants out there will thank you for it. Just make sure it's accurate too. You want to make sure you're verifying all these numbers, because if you do mess up on this is a little bit more of a manual way. You can get in trouble with the IRS or with potential payment issues in the future. This is a nice fallback, more kind of manual way of doing things, but I would recommend using more of a software to verify with like bank account connections and like receipts and things like that, just to make things a little bit more transparent and of course a lot more trustable on your side as the consumer. Now, one of the other things I keep seeing people talk about a lot is getting an LLC started in the first place. And in this video, I want to show you really quickly the best and easiest way to get started with your LLC using a service like LegalZoom. LegalZoom is one of my personal favorite services to get started with any LLC or business that I'm trying to create. I built a ton of businesses, and LegalZoom has been kind of the backbone for many of those businesses out there. Basically, just click that link down in the description. It'll take you to this page right here where you can click what you're trying to do, whether you're trying to start a business, run a business, protect your brand, create a will or trust, or pretty much do anything in the terms of having legal documentation or just trying to make something official. This is probably the best place to do it for the cheapest price possible. You just use that link down in the description, click the Start My Business button, and then go through the step-by-step setup guide that'll show you how to do everything for the cheapest price possible. Other than that though, that's pretty much it. If you guys have questions about any of this, make sure to comment them down in the comment section. Also, of course, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss any of our future videos. And please remember that the links down in the description can be affiliate links, and we could financially benefit from them at no extra cost to you. So thank you in advance for supporting more videos just like this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I can't wait to see you guys in the future.